was not a pretty game, but what I basically told them at halftime, I said, look guys, you're pouting and complaining to the officials that you're getting fouled, and you're using that as an excuse, and it not only looks bad, but that's the way Virginia's going to play. That's the way Pittsburgh's going to play. We watched them play Kentucky last year, and with about 3 minutes to go in the game, they had a good chance of winning. And then the year before, they almost beat Vanderbilt. We know, regardless, that how they're going to play against great teams. He's done a fabulous job with that for a long time. And I told the guys, what's going to win it is not your jump shot. What's going to win it is offensive rebounding. You're going to have to make your free throws, and you're going to have to play the best defense of your life. It's got to be a Wichita State game. You're not going to win it with offense, not Savannah State. Well, then they think all of a sudden, well, but they beat, Savannah State beat. I said, wrong type of game. It's going to be all about defense. And our guys, as bad as we were offensively tonight, at most phases of the game, we were very good on defense, very good. Because we thought going into that game that that's one of the best point guards in the nation that we will see. He's got size, he gets in the lane, he makes his free throws. And if you'll notice, one of the reasons why we're not as good as we should be from the foul line is we're playing too many minutes. Guys are just tired. There's not a whole lot what I can do about it because guys aren't ready to play. We're winning with focus on scouting and doing little things, and our bench is just not ready right now. Hopefully Shaquan will be ready soon. We'll get another break there. But as bad as we're shooting in free throw shooting, if you'll notice our opponents, what they shoot from the line, you'll understand what they're going against. Because we win that battle from the foul line with the exception of a couple of teams a year. But we'll get better at it. There's no excuse for Terry not to be a great foul shooter. There's no excuse for Chris not to be a great foul shooter. If Montrezl Harrell can work his butt off and become a good shooter, the rest of the guys can. It's just a lot of hard work. But the problem is, in what we do in practice, we try to shoot it in game situations. We shoot more free throws, I bet, than any team in the country, but you're rested. You're not tired. You just go to the line. Yeah, you make 80 out of 100. But when you're pressing and you're running and you get to the line, conditioning is a factor, and we've got to develop our bench. Just small breaks before timeouts. But right now we don't have that because of a few reasons. Mango obviously was hurt tonight. Nano was exhausted, and Anis is not ready to play yet. But good grind and win. We needed it for Thanksgiving. You saw Butler beat North Carolina. You can lose these type games. Happens all the time. And we won it. We did it with defense. Our offense will be fine. We'll get it going. We're going to have to get ready for Ohio State because they're going to play a zone just like that team did tonight as well.
Let's talk about Nani on the defensive end.
He's playing well. He just you saw him when obviously he's at his nadir. Now he's not at his zenith, but he's somewhere in the middle. He's got to get it to where he doesn't get tired, has to come out of the game. But he's good, he's agile, he knows how to play. One of the big things that I tried to tell the guys is you can't bring the ball down against this team. Because on every film, they get 4 to 5 steals a game. They almost average 10 steals per game.
Rick, you said your offense gets better. What do you see as the problem right now, or where do you have to be?
Chris Jones has just got to understand the game a little bit and what's there. You know, I tried to tell him, I said, when Bernard King was leading the scoring in the Knicks when I was an assistant coach, he'd come to me every game and say, Rick, where am I going to be open? Where are they going to double me? Where are they coming from? Here's the best player in the league, the highest scorer in the league. Where can I score? And Chris doesn't understand that certain defenses will give you a certain thing. If you drive through the teeth of the defense against this team, they don't give it to you. He just has to grasp that, understanding what the defense gives, and he'll get it.
Coach, the other night you mentioned false security after the Savannah State game. Was that the case? Did that
No, I really think, unfortunately, today's culture, we very rarely speak the truth. It was Cleveland State. Now, you don't want to give them credit because they lost to Savannah State. Cleveland State was brilliant tonight. You have to give them the credit. They made us look bad. They didn't make us miss the free throws, but they made us look bad with a great guard performance who had 17 of their points. But as bad as we were offensively, they shot 25%. Our defensive rebounding was good. You've got to win ugly sometimes while you work on it. We got a lot of new people. So the answer to that is they were brilliant. And we often just want to blame this guy. No, they were great. That's why we were bad, because they were great.
Coach, just the significance of win 700.
You know, I hope I'm as lucky to 800 because I just remembered as if it's yesterday, Tom handing me a picture of 600. As if it was yesterday. I know time flies by when you get old, but they won the most games in the history of Louisville. It happened so quick from 6 to 7. I just hope I'm as blessed going from 7 to 8. I doubt that could ever happen, but I would love to see it happen because that means you're winning. So I don't think there's much significance in it personally for me, but the significance I take away is that senior class last year, how many games they won, and I was the beneficiary with today.
When you got into coaching, did you imagine something was that number?
You know, I always wanted to be a pro coach deep down. I really never wanted, because when you grow up in New York, you don't want to be a college coach. You know, college basketball at that time was dead. I always wanted to go into pro coaching. That was my dream. So I never really thought about it too much.
To watch you on the sideline, even when things are going much better, you seem extremely aggravated. Do you take any joy while it's going on?
When it's played well, I do. I mean, you see, obviously tonight, they needed me as much as I needed them because we were exhausted tonight. We were tired. And Nana and I had to keep, you got to dig in, son. This is what it's all about. This is what builds champions in life. And, you know, I was saying that to each and every guy. I said, it's not about your missed shots. Do not worry about missed shots. Do not worry. It's all about defense, guys. And if you want to get there again, it's going to take one NCAA game where shooting's not going to be that. You got to win. I just kept repeating that to him. So this type of game, everybody's needed. Everybody's needed.
Just how well or high would you rate the defense tonight? Because it never really, I had one run, but it never really broke down.
Well, think about this, Eric. When do you press?
When? After make that.
Okay. We didn't have too many. We shot 33%. So that's we couldn't fatigue them. We couldn't wear them out because we couldn't get it on that many times. All we were trying to do is wear out that young man so he didn't have the second half that he had the first half. And he goes more to the right than he does to his left, and we kept giving him his right hand. So he was brilliant. We knew he would be. I'm not sure our guys knew it, but he was great.
Let's hold the team at 33 points.
Look, we're playing excellent defense right now, but I'm telling you, it's fool's gold in this regard. You can't play our style without a bench. You have to develop a bench. And I'm hoping that we can get some good news pretty quick. He's not going to be the answer, but we need him because he can pass. He's 6'7". Mango helps. Mango gives Nanu a great break. And I'm very bullish on both Anis and Amatz because I've seen it all. I've seen the Nazi Mohammeds, the Gorgis. I've seen them all go. They come and they get better and better and better, but they're not going to be ready this year. So we need Shaquan. We need Anton to get. He's pressing. He's a better shooter than that. He's pressing. He shouldn't shoot half balls or miss free throws. But if those guys do what Trent Gilbert does, I just told him in the locker room. I said, I come in early in the morning, and my goal in life is to beat Trent Gilbert to work. I haven't beat him yet. If I get there at 6:15, he's there at 6. If I get there, the kid lives in the gym. If our guys would do what he did, obviously he's totally fine. And I said, guys, he knows he's not going to play. Think about that. He knows he's never getting in, and he lives in that gym. So I'm really, really impressed with that young man.
Coach, if Shaquan, if you get good news, is he ready to go?
He'll be ready by the time conference play rolls around. But look, you're going to play against Virginia some nights. Look, we lost our two best scorers, Luke Hancock and Russ Smith. Luke Hancock was our best shooter. They both shot free throws well. You're replacing them with guys that are average to good shooters instead of good to great. So it's going to take time to develop that. We've got to win with our defense while our offense develops. And I told Montrezl, I said, son, if you stay on the perimeter, we're not going to win this game. We need offensive rebounds to win this game. And he did it. Did a good job.
38 years later, what do you remember about victory?
You know, it's strange you say that. I remember number 3, we lost to Adelphi. And I never forget that. It was right before our holiday. I was so miserable. We beat Fairfield in a major upset. They had this kid, Joey DeSantis and Mark Young. They were great. They had a long winning streak. We snapped them. And then we had a long layoff, and we had to play a Division II school at Delphi. And I wanted to take my first plunge in the East River, even though I lived right nearby. So I remember that. I don't remember too much. I remember...
I was referring to Hawaii.
Oh.
You have credit for 2 there.
Yeah, I had 6 guys. And the thing I try to remember now, I'm 23 at the time. I gave them a curfew, and they were all 24 and 23 back then. I gave them a curfew, and I had to knock on the rooms. Not one guy was in. So I was worried about my future at Hawaii with that team. It was, it's been a great run. The thing I'm most proud of about the run, besides the players I've coached, is I've been able to keep passion for the game and love for the game. I think I love the game more today than I did in my 20s, and that's probably, personally, the thing I take away most. I've coached great guys at BU, great guys at Providence, great guys at Kentucky, great guys with the New York Knicks, and obviously now Louisville. We've had so many great memories, and I hope I can go for a long time. Thank you all very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you and all your families. Thank you.